Hello and welcome to the Performer's Guide. It's me, Kristen Railing. We're in our group coaching call, and today we're going to be discussing our marketing materials. And so I realized in most of my calls, if we're doing private calls together, have recently been about marketing, be it branding for our marketing, business cards, press kits, proposals, event proposals, press releases, website building. All of that has been sort of hot on everybody's minds this month. So I thought we could chat about that and review and discuss what we've got going on. So, hello. We're just now getting started with discussing marketing materials. And so you came just at the perfect time here. And so first of all, Lorenda, can you station your phone so that you're not moving it around? It's quite just
I apologize. I'm trying to.
I can, yeah, that'd be great. It's a little distracting. So there are like a thumbs up button, or any kind of emoji. We're going to do it. I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to give me an emoji if the answer is yes or no. Perfect. Yeah. So let's just do a test one. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Yeah, you can just do physical one, Lorenda, if you're on your phone, that's fine. Okay, great. So I want to know who has a logo. Okay, great. Who has a business card?
I need to reprint them.
Okay, so who has a card that exists digitally, but maybe needs to print it still? Oh, okay, great. And so if you have it printed, or if you have it created but haven't printed it, that's your homework this week, is to get some business cards printed. You can do it straight through Canva now, or you can order them on Vistaprint. And so I need circus wheel business cards. Okay, great. Who has a press kit? Okay, great. Who needs a press kit? Okay, great. So I'm gonna put press kit. Who has a press release? Okay, great. Definitely gonna do press releases.
I should have one. I do them.
Yeah, and it's
For
good
other
to,
people.
yeah, so we'll go over that. And then who has an event proposal that they're working on? Yes. Okay, who doesn't have any event proposal but wants to make an event proposal that needs like a general. Okay, great. So do you have the template, Lorenda? The event proposal template?
From you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Perfect. So that's a good start. Um, okay, great. And then who has a website? Who wants to redo their website? Who loves their website just as it is and it's perfect and don't need to think about it at all? Boo, yep, okay. Classic. Okay. Okay, perfect. And then Lorenda, I remember you have a tech writer that you needed reviewed as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who has a tech writer? Who needs a tech writer? Okay, great. So I have a template, and then curious to see Lorenda's and see how that's looking as well. Okay, so we're gonna start with reviews. And so we'll start with Lorenda's because that one's been sitting on the plate for a minute. And then does anybody else have anything else that they want reviewed today? Alea, I know we reviewed your proposal. Have you made any progress on that? No.
No, I'm not ready to share it. Next
Oh.
week, maybe.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Molly, anything specific you need reviewed right now?
Nope, everything was sent to the printer like last week, so it's gone.
Oh yeah, we did your reviews last week. That's right. Yeah. I unfortunately did not get a video of that. It would have been good because we reviewed her brochure and it was a very good review. And then at the end I was like, well, shit. Did not hit record on that. So my apologies for that. Excelsior, what do you have anything you need reviewed or anything specific you'd like to chat about today? You are muted if you did not know that. And I'll assume no. Oh, yeah. Yep. You were there for a second. Do you want to do just a test hello? Hello? What's going on? Okay, whatever. Okay, Lorenda, why don't you go ahead and do a screen share?
I'm on my phone. I don't know how I can do it. I just emailed it to you,
Oh, do you want me to do a screen share?
please. I just literally emailed it to you
Just now, again?
just now.
Okay, perfect. To my personal email or to the
The performer's guide,
Okay, perfect.
the only one I have.
Okay, give me a second. Mhm.
And by the way, I had no idea how to do a tech writer. I just winged it.
Perfect. Oh, wait, that's the question. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay. So, let's go to Zoom. Okay. Can you see that?
I can see it. See, it's like a lot of wording, and I'm almost afraid people will just, too long don't read.
Totally, yeah. So, one way I mitigate that is putting headers.
Mm-hmm.
So like just that kind of summarizes what the paragraph is about. Also adding bolding specific
Yeah.
words that are really important.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then maybe having more like headers and categorizing kind of what's happening here.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. I'm dyslexic and I also do like speed reading. And so my brain gets lost in paragraphs. I tend to work well in like bullet pointed thoughts and smaller thoughts. Yes, Molly.
Well, I just wanted to say, well, I just had input. I was just thinking,
Great, yeah.
wondering who is receiving this document, and I feel like you might have multiple documents within this
Yeah.
because if you're thinking of the venue, it's like the tech writer for the venue is like, we need X amount of space, and
Yeah.
this a zone, and then there's also the guidelines for permitting, which they
Mhm.
might be different documents.
Yeah, this was sort of the overarching one that, I could pull from.
Okay, great. And so do you have anything in here about loading in and loading out and your needs for that as well?
Honestly, I did this a while ago. Let me go look at it again.
Mm-hmm. And then while you do that, why don't I pull up mine?
I mean, I think this one had more to do with like the legalities sort of with permits and safe performing indoors.
So like mine, I kind of go like, what are my requirements? The minimum requirements are like my stage and ceiling height. And then I've got my fire requirements.
Is this specifically for fire?
This
Or
is
is it
this is my everything tech writer, and then this is what I pull from. So like if I'm hiring aerialists, I would bring in the aerial show requirements. If I'm hiring fire performers, I'd bring in that part.
Can you send that to me?
Yes, yeah.
Thanks.
And then I have my travel requirements, my green room requirements, insurance breakdown. And then I kind of go into kind of contractual stuff.
Okay, so like mine is just fire specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I see even on here how I'm missing sound and lighting tech cues. Because that was actually an issue. One of my clients was a miscommunication on that. So I'm gonna add sound and lighting. Is there anything else you guys can see that's missing from my tech writer? It's so small, hold on. There we go. Go here from the top. So we've got stage requirements, fire requirements, aerial, travel, green room. Oh, I also need to update the load in, load out. Yeah, so I'll update this and put this into the, oh, someone else, oh, he dropped down on accident. Put this into the everything, Patreon, WhatsApp. I'll make sure you guys have the tech writer template there. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions there? Oh wait, am I still screen sharing or am I not?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Oh, I was saying I could share again, like share another screen if I wanted. That was interesting. Okay, great. Hi, welcome back.
Unmute. Okay. I downloaded the app and now I have control over the audio.
Yay! Yeah, there's always a little silliness in the first time. Okay, perfect. So what you missed, but you can review in the video because I'll upload this as well, is we just reviewed both of me and Lorenda's tech writers. And so I have a tech writer template that I'll share with you all and the group chat and Patreon. And I see what I need to upload there. Okay, great. So it is helpful for you to have a stable camera.
Yeah, I'm setting up a situation.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Do you have anything that you need reviewed?
Not currently.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go back to the beginning, which is business cards. So is there anybody in here that does not have business cards designed?
I would like a redesign, honestly.
You'd like a redesign of the business card. Do you
Yeah.
wanna, how about, does anybody want to show me their business cards?
think I have one. I can go find it.
I can show, and I'm gonna send you this still, Kristen,
Mm-hmm.
my sticker, which I'm currently using as a business
Oh,
card.
sticker. Yes, that's another one. Stickers. Okay, great. So the other next level is I just did a gig at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo. Oh, great. Love that.
I have my business card here. I don't know if this is the best way to do it.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm about to do too. So here's mine. I just have the logo in the front and then contact info in the back. I chose no imagery for mine for this one. What's the front of your card?
The front of my card has it says Fire Belly Dance by Lorenda with my
Well,
tag.
can we see it?
Yeah, I was just trying to read it.
Oh, that is the front. What's the back? Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. And so what are you wanting to do to it?
I feel like it just needs, like, the pictures maybe need to be bigger or clearer, just more
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
more.
I'm thinking one solid image on the front that's really eye-catching and then the contact info on the back.
Uh-huh.
Might be nice.
Okay. And my logo's not on it either.
Doesn't always need to be, like my personal one wouldn't necessarily have my logo, but it could. What are you building your card design on?
It was done for Staples.
Oh, cool. So you can use Canva now to design it, and then you can upload that to Vistaprint or to Staples. Or you can just build it straight on Vistaprint too. So that's everyone's homework this week, is to pick a business that they need to redesign their logo or their business card for. Molly, how's yours?
Oh, well, next week, mine should come in the mail like any day now. So next week I should be able to give a review. I designed them in Canva and then printed them with Canva. I also did trifolds and stickers, so I'll be able to give you guys a good review on the quality of them. And
I did Canva cards this time, and
oh, you did? Do you,
yeah,
I mean, do you like the quality of it?
I was happy with them. Yeah, because I had always done Vistaprint. And so yeah, I like it.
It might be a little more expensive,
It
but it is, simple in that you could design and print right there. It checks all the margins and everything. So I kind of like it for, just actually getting stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah. Alea, how's your business card?
Yeah, so I need to design or update a design for business cards, and but currently I'm just using my Psychodelicate stickers with the website on it as business cards.
Mm-hmm. Cute.
Yeah.
So the other thing I've been using is magnets. So Vistaprint has magnets that are pretty cool. So that's a fun business card idea. Yeah, and then
also
stickers.
regarding printing, I've been using a place called Next Day Print, and they have an in-person location close to me, which is nice, but I think they have pretty good prices and they have a very fast turnaround.
Better be next day.
Yeah, they do. They definitely have next day options.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good prices and fast turnaround.
Okay.
And good quality. It seems like pretty good quality.
Okay, so remember, simple business card. Simple is better. Do you think you can have that done by next week?
Yes.
Okay. Excelsior. Am I pronouncing it right? That's right, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. How are your business cards? What do they look like?
They don't currently exist.
They look like this. Okay, perfect. So have you designed a business card?
Not for what I'm currently doing, which I'm still kind of, I guess I'm still nebulous on, and so I haven't figured out the marketing of my stuff yet.
Love that. Great. So, what would you be using to build your card design?
Um, in the past, I've used Vistaprint. Is that what you mean? As
Yeah,
far as
totally. Yeah. And so, you can design it on Canva too. Do you have a Canva account?
never heard of them.
Okay, great. So why don't you write this down? It's like Canvas, but without the S. Canva. So that's your homework. And anyone else who's watching this who doesn't have a Canva account yet, you're gonna make a Canva account. And then you can browse their business card templates and go from there.
Okay.
And real quick.
Okay, great. And so for me, I've got the Performer's Guide business card. That one's good to go. I also have a dog walking business that I've got business cards, which have honestly been my most successful business card. Because people will see me with another dog and I give it to them and then I get more business. Oddly, I don't see a lot of people to give the Performer's Guide one to in my day-to-day. At events, yes, but not in my day-to-day as much. But then I realized I need personal ones, like with a hula hooping kind of vibe, and then the circus wheel needs business cards too. So that's my homework is circus wheel and Kristen railing business cards, which are already designed. I just literally need to print them. Yes, Molly.
One more thing I was thinking about is sometimes I'm at an event and then someone asks me for a business card, but like, where would I have the business card on me? I don't carry around my phone. So I'm thinking of maybe some sort of waterproof, because, I get sweaty, some sort of waterproof kind of clip that I could clip in or something to think about. Just so like when you're navigating an event, like you need to have the business cards on you in order to give them out. So that would be
Digital business cards.
digital business cards.
I've heard that's a thing.
Well, yeah, you could, but then wouldn't that require you to also have a phone?
But couldn't you just
I like to have just like a leather bound one that I'll just keep in my bra, and then I pull it out and then this gets the brunt of the sweat and then I just pull out. This one's my pet walking one. And then that's the logo, just a little paw print with a heart. And so, but I'll do that for all, or like a metal one. It kind of gets a little slippity slidey with the metal, but leather is kind of nice because you just boop.
May I offer, this may
Of
be
course.
very, very obvious, but there's two things. One is like laminating a card and then and putting it on a little clip. And then you can make, like cards, like a plastic card that you print that's like a lanyard type of thing, like a badge.
Yes.
You can get those printed, and that would be something that would be you could get wet and clip on.
Yeah, I thought this was a lanyard, but it's different. Yeah. I just wanted to flaunt my oddities and curiosities badge. Yes, no, that actually is great. I love obvious because sometimes it's not so obvious. Okay. So then the next is like what Molly was saying is brochures. We got the trifolds. And also just like these double-sided. Here's one from the guy that was at the show this weekend. Here's his. It's like a full tattooed, it was a sideshow kind of event. And so, just having a photo of yourself on one side and then something on the back where you can write information or contact information. So getting a double-sided postcard and a trifold brochure would be the next step. And then the next level would be your full press kit, you know? And so who doesn't have a press kit at all yet? Yeah.
I don't even actually know what a press kit is, to be honest.
That's okay. So a press kit is literally the kit that you would give to an agent that they would use to promote you in the media, like social media, etc. And so it used to just be for the press, but now it's mainly for like social media. And then you have your press release, which is for the press, definitely. And then they kind of overlap in some ways. But it's basically like, this is who I am, and these are my services. Here's information about me. Here's my pricing, and here's how to contact me. And you give that to the agent, and then the agent can use that information however they need to promote you, pitch you to gigs.
Okay.
Could I interject something real quick about that?
Please.
So, as you know, Kristen, I used to be a journalist, and I just want to say that having a really great press release and a press kit can really help you shine in the media. Because you can basically like really take control of your interview and take control of what is seen in the press. So if everything is very organized and you give everything in a very organized way to the journalist and make their job easier, they're more likely going to work with you. Like I've seen so many press releases come in, and we get inundated. I would get like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails a day, and you'd have to weed through it all. And like people would just try to pitch me, and they wouldn't have anything organized. They wouldn't have anything there for me. They'd make me do the work. And as soon as you make the journalist do the work, they just skip over you. Like if
Same
you
with agents. Yeah.
just have to present it to them in a very organized manner and give them everything, and don't make them do any work because they've already have so much to do. So, don't make them dig,
Yeah.
you know?
That's excellent advice. I always pretend like whoever I'm working with is extremely lazy. They're not, but I pretend that they're not. They're not going to do any additional work that they don't need to because they just want everything streamlined. And so that's always the mentality with everyone that I talk to. I just always pretend they're lazy or unintelligent, even though I know they're not. But if you can get to that lowest denominator, like if that person can figure out your information, then you've really hit the mark, and you've got a good press release and press kit. And so we'll chat about that during our next call for sure. Excelsior. And then with a couple of clients, I'm working on event proposals. So like Alea's got one. Heather's got a big one that she's working on, but she's dealing with Hurricane Milton right now. But I was hoping she was going to be able to pop on because we were going to chat about that a little bit too. One common confusion is that people think that your press kit is the event proposal. And so like if you're pitching to a hotel or a client that is not booking out other performers, but they're the one booking just the performers, is you're sending most people to send the press kit, which is about here's me, here's what I offer. But like what an event producer wants to know is what this translates to my event. And so if you're messaging an event producer that's just like, here's my information, please help me get work, what you're actually doing is asking them to solve a problem for you. You need work, and you're asking them, like Lorenda was saying, you're asking them to do all the work to figure it out. But if you can come in and go, hey, actually, I see your need. You have an event. There's this specific hole. Here's how I'm going to fill it. Here's the vision. Don't worry, I've got it all planned out. You don't need to do any of the work. That's who's going to get hired. That's the person they're going to go, okay, great. That's what I want.
And by the way, what you just said about an event proposal for, talent bookers or like the venue, that's the same process for when you send a press release. Because you also have to send an email that's very tailored to that specific media outlet, that journalist, that editor. Every single pitch that you give is going to be different because the audience is different. You have to tell them how it's going to benefit the audience.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's like, okay, I'm writing a press release, but I'm really writing like 5 because one is going to newspapers, which need a different type of information, versus news versus someone who's maybe doing a podcast interview, you know, versus someone who's doing a write-up blog. Like those are all different audiences, and those audiences have different needs and questions and ways that we engage with them. And so that's like one of the biggest common problems I see with a lot of people is they just sort of try to send this one blanket thing to everyone. And I imagine it just like someone's talking, you just like literally throw your resume at them and they're like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? You know? And you're just like, here's my information, give me some work. But it's not really like that. It's like, what do you need? It's a conversation. And so we want to make sure we're having the right conversation with all the different agencies and correct outlets. So I have all of these templated out too. Event proposal, press release, press kit. They all have their different templates. And so I'll just make a little bundle, which already exists, but I'll just relink it all for everyone so they have it readily available. And so what you need to do is you need to make a copy of them so that you can edit them because you'll only have view only access. And so don't request access, just make a copy. That's always a common error there. Okay, great. So then we've got our websites. So I'm working on a few people's websites with them right now. Does anybody have any thoughts on websites or their website or?
I can just say where I'm at.
Yeah.
I have psychodelicate.com and a friend is hosting it for me, and it's on WordPress currently. And I'm just like doing super simple updates with when I'm at an event and putting it up there, but it needs a lot of work. So that's where I'm at, and I don't know, I could show it, but it's not really worth looking at. And then my aleaaquarian.com is completely, I need to like get that back up.
Okay, so you have 2 websites you're working on?
Yeah, currently.
Honestly,
And then
same. My Kristen Railing website's totally down because I'm like, I was completely redoing what it is, and I just haven't had the energy to do it. I took it all down, and then WordPress changed the theme layout, and now I'm like, oh no, I gotta start all over. So, it's kind of where I'm at. Kristen Railing needs to be completely redone, and the performer's guide I just keep simple for right now. I need to fix my blog page though, that's for sure. It's got this big old banner on the top I can't figure out how to get rid of. It's like a bird. It's like totally irrelevant to my branding, and I like cannot figure out how to get rid of it.
Put a bird on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's very Portland. It is very Portland. Excelsior.
Yeah.
How's your website?
Also non-existent as of yet.
Do you own the domain?
No.
Okay, so is your domain available?
I mean, it's fairly possible. I'm in many ways I'm trying to do too many things, and it's coming back to bite me. And so like
So I would suggest, even if you're not ready to build it, buy it.
okay.
Just buy it. It's not that expensive to just have the domain. And usually buying it is kind of the biggest hurdle, even though it's the simplest part. And so just, do you know where you would want to buy it from? I use GoDaddy, but then other people use different things.
Okay. So in regards to websites, at least in this context, are we mostly just talking about a place to show off pictures and videos, or would it also involve merch, or is that something that you would want to have like separate if it
So that's why I like WordPress, is because you can have WooCommerce as a plugin, and that allows you to sell right on your website. And then Shopify is a good way to also sell things on your website. I don't use Wix or the other ones, so or Squarespace, so I can't speak to their shopping abilities. But then you can also do like Etsy or something external as well. Like for the Performer's Guide, I have both. You can either go to the website and buy something or on Etsy because they're digital downloads, so that's easy. And so basically it's just like, what is the scope of your website? You have the chance to decide that, but you know, in my mind, I'm always like, yes, merch. Why not?
right?
So that's your homework then, is to, if you just want to dabble, just look and see if the domain's available. And then if you feel brave and want to just buy it, then that'd be the second part of the homework. And you don't need to set up the WordPress part, just buy the domain.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So those are kind of the main things I wanted to talk about today, is just sort of getting everybody on the same page with all of our marketing material, and hopefully we just sort of get all this checked off, and then we can move on to sales and actually marketing and that kind of stuff. Does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about today?
I do.
Yes.
So I don't know what these are called, but sometimes when you see performers at festivals, they'll have like a banner in back of them or a sign, and it has their
Oh
big,
yeah.
like, where do you get those made?
So the performer at Oddities and Curiosities Expo had a really great one, because the ones that I had usually printed out were like banners and you'd have to like physically hang them. This
Mhm.
one he had was pull out like a school one, and he just went whoop and hung it, and it had its own little stand on it, and it was real tight and taut. And I was like, where'd you get that? And he said it was from Vistaprint. And so
Oh,
I'm gonna look. I'm glad that you said that. Banners. Yeah, because I want to look into that as well. I was like, oh, I definitely want those.
Yeah, there's a magician that I saw their picture of their act, and they had instead of a green screen background, they had a red screen, and it had their name printed on the middle of that piece of fabric, and it seems like a pretty good way of like putting on a show and being remembered.
Yeah, no, I really like that that you mentioned that. So thank you.
what are those things called? Like if you were to search for them.
I don't know. That's why I was like, let me look and find out. I feel like they would be under signage or banners or
Drop is like the bigger one
Poster.
that I was mentioning, is like a backdrop. And it also tends to be used for like photography and press moments. And so you can look up custom backdrops as a way of getting that same thing.
I love that. Yeah. Any other thoughts on marketing materials?
Does anyone have any opinions about digital business cards? Like, has anyone ever used them?
I mean, I'm an old man in a young person's body. Every time I see a quick QR code, I die. But at the same time, they seem neat if you can make it work out. Like for buskers, it works out really well to have a QR code on them somewhere so that they can show their info, their website, as well as get a tip.
Mm.
So I have seen people working with like having a QR code like pasted on their body somewhere. And that works as a digital business card.
I think there are apps that I've had someone do this to me before where you hold your phone up next to somebody and then all the information gets put directly on your phone, which I suppose would be useful for, direct networking events, but perhaps not so much in the context of performing when you maybe need to hand it out like just boom, boom, boom. I don't know. But I did put QR codes on my business cards as well as on my trifold.
I have QR codes on my merch booth. But I'm redoing them right now, so they're empty, but they're just like these little squares and then they just have a QR code in them. I got water on them, so they got all weird. And then one just goes to my Venmo and then one goes to my Instagram. And so I find that like just kind of more direct, because then if I'm talking to someone, someone will be like, boom, okay, I'm following you. And then whatever Molly just said.
I will say that the no touch method tends to only work with Android or with Apple phones. So like you might be closing off a certain amount of access if you only have that.
Android's better too. Yes, and there's also like a digital business card that's like basically just like a flat piece of plastic that's like basically the same thing as what Molly's saying, that you just touch to the phone and then it adds the contact information. And then there's the phone to phone one, which is just has to be Apple. I have a business card guide, and in there I talk about all the different types of those in more depth too. Okay, any other thoughts? Oh, Lorenda, want to
Yeah.
show us what's going on with your Patreon? Maybe you guys can help me give her feedback. So she's having trouble. She signed up for the Patreon like everybody. And here, I'm gonna turn it off. Thank you everybody for joining. I'm just gonna turn off the recording.